we are going to be talking about K-dramas. Oh, that's an interesting way to... Let me put my question. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to sit over on this side so the little creepy portrait doesn't peek through. But we got exciting news over at a different platform. It says that it's no longer going to be a viable place to do stuff on. And so we are here. We're glad that we've been here since January. It's the tail end of April, so I started going onto YouTube Live in January. My first YouTube Live in a very, very long time was January at the airport. I was just kind of testing it out, and it seemed like it was pretty poppin'. And so then I started doing YouTube Lives for like one day, and then the other platform went back up. So I've been doing both platforms for quite some time. Since January. And now I might just be on this platform for the time being. And I might try to go back on Twitch. Twitch is, for me, a little bit difficult because I'm not a gamer. I'm pretty much somebody who just talks about K-drama or K-pop. Oh, let me scoot you over. What? How is it that let me try this question. Oh, how can I fix it? I can't fix it. It's supposed to be K-drama or K-pop, but for some reason it got cut off. Let me see if I can fix it. I can't even fix it. I can't fix it. We'll just leave it like this. It almost looks like the photo of that thing almost matches the background, but I'm going to scoot over a little bit. Maybe I could put this. Well, it's kind of a broken question, actually. It's supposed to be K-drama or K-pop. I've posted another Stray Kids edit, and I actually am not. Hello, welcome to my live stream. It's almost like your name is Roger Rabbit. That's what it reminds me of. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for joining me. We are talking about K-dramas and K-pop today. I would like to watch this drama, which is When Life Gives You Tangerines, but I heard that a lot of people cry, so I'm not sure if I can do that. But I really like IU. I'm not sure what her real name is. She's been going by IU since whenever I've seen her. I do like Park Bo-gum, and he is a great actor. He does the puppy dog Sad Eyes so well. He's a very good actor. I don't find him to be his range is kind of not limited, but he's not really an action guy. He's more of kind of like the lead male that is very emotionally he's a very good at emoting. He's a good emotion actor. So I do like Park Bo-gum. He's a great actor. One of my favorite Korean dramas with him is Reply 1933. Reply 1988, 33, 88 almost appears to be the same, but 88 is a little bit more rounded. Hello, hello. Oh, Hyunjin lover. We are big fans of Hyunjin, Stray Kids. I've been posting Instagram reels on Hyunjin. He is quite the fellow. He's got quite, he's very unique. For some reason, I very much like his vibe. His vibe is just different. It's a little bit more, not really mysterious, but I would say his vibe is pretty cool, Hyunjin. Like Felix seems more like a guy's guy. So is Bangchan, which is that guy Chris. They're both from Australia. I would say Hyunjin is a little bit more like not alternative, but just a little bit more interesting. And plus, I like his style. I think he's got probably the best dance moves out of all K-pop artists as of right now. When I see him dance compared to others, there's no comparison. But yeah. So how is everybody doing? It's Saturday. We are going into the Easter. Well, we are in Easter weekend. Tomorrow is Easter. So are you guys going to church? What are you guys doing? Anything interesting? Not a lot of questions today. So I'll keep talking. I am almost wrapped up with the K drama, The Potato Lab, and it's really good. I really like it. And somebody kind of gave a spoiler away, but not really on episode 12. They liked the entire series up until episode 12. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened to episode 12? So I have to watch it. I'm gonna finish it tonight. Look at it. The little portrait looks almost perfect in this like farmer mom and dad photo. You're working today and maybe going to church tomorrow. Nice. I'm going to go to church tomorrow. I'm going to go to the later service. And it's a very homogenous church, but I found my people up in the balcony. I think all the people of color go to the balcony area. Hello, hello. Welcome to my live stream. Thank you so much for joining. It's a Saturday, and it's actually probably one of the best weather days that I've had here in the city. It's like not it's like low 70s, very sunny, blue skies. It's beautiful weather. But what K dramas are you guys watching? Anything fun? Anything good? Anything happening? Kind of need to move over here. I also am happy to talk about K dramas and K-pop, either or. I might play a K-pop song in a few minutes because it seems like the comment section's a little bit quiet today. So Crushology 101, nice. That sounds like a university one, maybe. We don't have disagreements. I'm just visiting this church. I think every church I've ever gone to, there has been some kind of disaster, a split up, divorce between the church. My first church that I grew up in was a Chinese church, very family oriented. Some of the people wanted to move, other people didn't want to move. It was almost like an ego match, like who could make what group move. At the end of the day, people just left the church. It was really sad. Honestly, it was sad because it was such a cute church. It was a small building, 2 floors, and then because of egos, they split off. And then there were a few families that stayed at that church, and then most just they just assimilated into other churches. 200 people? Nice. I would say there was less than 200 people. It was a small building. It was just 2 floors. Like the upstairs was Sunday school. There was also the annex where where it was like a tiny house next to the building where they had like nursery school and like babysitting. And then the main floor congregation had a small kitchen, the pastor's office, and then the baptismal area. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here I'm like really explaining the story. So that was the first church. The second church that I went to, Actually, after that church, I didn't go to church for a while because I was there from like age 3 until I went to college. Actually, my senior year in high school, I think I just didn't do much of anything. When I went to college, I just didn't go. My senior year in high school, I just got so upset with everybody being hypocrites. And, you're going through the teenage years, you're hormonal. I did not start going back to church until I lived in Manhattan. And I went to my cousin's church, which was very Korean. And that one was okay up until the pastor started kind of like berating his fellowship, the people, his congregation for not giving enough money. And also, he was making fun of the worship portion. He was making fun of the worship leader. I don't know what this pastor's deal was, but he wasn't making me think one way or the other about the worship leader, but he did make me think that he himself was a very petty man, very petty, very money hungry, and just petty. He was very petty. It's complicated. Yeah, I like K-pop too. I'm very into Stray Kids. I am visiting family members, but I was born and raised here, so pretty much when I'm not living out on my own, I've been here for a long time. So that was the one church, and then I went over to Tim Keller's church, Redeemer. Amazing. I will still listen to Tim Keller because he has a podcast, or he passed last year, which, rest in peace. Still hurts. But he's amazing. And then when I went to LA, I was at New Song for a long time. I was at Mosaic. I was at Pacific Crossroads. That church split up too. Like something happened with the lead pastor. The lead pastor looked like Dennis the Menace, kind of. In my mind, he looked a little bit like he had blonde tousled hair. He looked like he literally looked kind of like Dennis the Menace as a real human adult person. And then I've been at another church that also went through some big struggles and the pastor left. So it's been a hodgepodge of just like churches breaking up. So the church that I'm going to visit this Sunday, I don't know anything that's going on at this church, although I do like the message. And I really like the fact that I can just go in and it feels comfortable enough. There's some churches where I feel very uncomfortable, it feels very uncomfortable. You've traveled all over the United States. Nice. Yeah, South US is good. Georgia is nice. Georgia, I think, is a no tax state. I think, you know, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Nevada, Washington, not Washington, D.C., but the state of Washington. I believe they're either no tax or low tax. Oh, and Memphis, Tennessee. Excuse me, Memphis. Excuse me, Tennessee. When you're thinking about life, you're gonna, like, Hawaii is just a very expensive state, just extremely expensive. I would say for me, I want to be in a place that's very budget friendly, pocketbook friendly. Oh, yeah, Stray Kids, definitely. I watch a not. Oh, I believe your name is in Russian. This looks like Russian to me. I've seen Russian. But yeah, Roger Rabbit. At least Roger Roberts. That would be hard for me to say all the time. Roger Robert. Yeah, but have you guys seen this drama? If not, are you thinking about it? Would you want to? I kind of want to, but I kind of don't. I'm not really wanting to do the crying thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, I cried. I cried a lot during that K drama." So, look, it's pizza. My work phone, the skin or like the wallpaper, it's always food pictures. It's delicious. 9 cents on the dollar. That's what George says. George's? 9 cents on the dollar? What? I'm not sure I understand that. 9 cents on the dollar? Is that a good thing? Is that inflation? Is that taxes? I don't get it. What are you talking about? 9 cents on the dollar. I used to have braces. Sometimes, depending on the angle, my teeth look a little bit rabbity, like a little bunny. But yeah, how are you? How is, have you guys watched My Tangerine? I just recently listened to Truman from Stray Kids. It's good. Like I feel like Stray Kids for the K-pop group, they're very kind of more edgy, hip hop, rap, dance, which is good. I like it. I kind of would like to hear a group with a little bit more R&B. I don't know if there's any K-pop that does that. The only one that I know back in the day was Solid, and that was a long time ago. I think now there one guy is a producer maybe. I don't know what the other ones do. 9 cents to the dollar in Georgia. Really? I know California has a really high tax. I did not know. Are you talking about sales tax or are you talking about income tax? I'm talking about income tax. California, you're just like being taxed up the wazoo. So not only do you get income tax, 9 cents on the dollar if I think is sales tax, but I believe there is no income tax. So you're just whatever you make, whether it's a well, I actually don't know. Talk to your CPA. But in California, because I'm a regular office worker, I get taxed pretty heavily. And just like, everybody else gets taxed heavily in California. It's like one of the highest tax states. But then you also doing sales tax. Like, I don't want to buy anything. You get taxed on restaurants, then you have to pay for a gratuity on top of their insurance. California is kind of on the ridiculous side. You have to be committed to living there if you want to live in LA or California. That's funny, bunny rabbit. I'm kind of a silly rabbit, left hand, right hand person to not Robert Sterling. Um, yeah. I say she should just throw in the whole body, her left ear, nose, the right ankle, maybe throw in a knee and elbow. Hello, ferret. How are you? Long time no see. How is the? I think you are the person who goes to driver's ed. 1939. Sales tax. Okay, that makes sense. But I believe you have no income tax. I'm like really into taxes for some reason. Like Washington has a high sales tax, but no income tax. So the people who live on one side of Washington, if they're close enough to Oregon, they will go to Oregon to buy things because Oregon has no sales tax. But Oregon has a very high income tax. But then when you look at property, I believe Washington has a higher property tax, whereas Oregon might have a slightly lower one. Either way, Oregon is also a very high tax state, from what I understand. Washington, not as much. Maybe I'll move to Canada. I don't think I can. I don't think I'd want to live in Canada. Canada, because I'm always going to be a United Statesian. I'm always going to be pro U.S. I've been paying taxes and being a citizen of the United States for a very long time. So I don't think unless there is something very equitable for me to move out of, I'm getting my Social Security through the United States. It's like, give me my paycheck, Uncle Sam. California? Some parts is beautiful. I would say it's such a huge state that, yeah, you could definitely find very pretty parts of California. And then there's just some sketch places. Lisa performed yesterday. Nice. Over in the Coachella. Is this the second weekend? I'm very excited for people who get to go to Coachella. I don't know if I would do well in a Coachella type environment, but I think like the experience would be interesting, walking around on the Sahara stage. I don't know what that means. That must be like a cool, oh, are you talking about center stage or the Sahara stage? If it's the center stage, like, I'm guessing it's the biggest stage. The Sahara stage sounds a little bit Vegas-y. You have to take out state and federal tax. Bummers. I mean, we can't all migrate to a no state tax. Or we could do what, different politicians are doing and just go bananas. Like, I am so surprised that whenever the United States government, whenever politics try to control the United States people, the people just go buck wild and just run in the different direction. Like, when they tried to get rid of TikTok, they all, like, anybody who had a phone and who wanted TikTok, they ran over to Redbook, which is probably even more Chinese and government run than TikTok. And then, like, they're all nervous about, like, the Chinese government taking information. And this is live, so I will keep my opinions at a brief, and everything's hypothetical. It's supposed, do your own research and, think for yourself. Don't follow a random person on live stream. But like, they all went to Redbook, which is one of the most very, very Chinese platforms. And then, like, that wasn't Chinese enough. DeepSeek came out, and then everybody's like, oh, we're going to use DeepSeek. That is like super Chinese government, because DeepSeek, you can't even, it's so government run that you can't even ask them questions about the Chinese government. It's going to be blocked, which is kind of funny. And now that the tariffs, I have seen so much advertisement by the Chinese people, like offering laundry pods for 5 cents on the dollar. And also, what else? And all these luxury brand. It's like, if you don't mind not having the logo, you could basically have the luxury brand item for a fraction of the retail cost, which is kind of crazy. I think they're destroying the luxury goods market. I don't want anything from there. It's kind of like embarrassing at this point. Yes, it is When Life Gives You Tangerines. I'm debating with myself whether or not to watch it. Hello, hello. Welcome, Dohana and Business Proposal. I really like that actress. I hope she does something where it's not as scary as Sweet Home, but more Business Proposal. Business Proposal is my style. Business Proposal, Potato Lab. This one, I heard too many people have cried. How am I? I'm doing well. I just recently heard one of the platforms that I'm creating content for might disappear. Well, it's going to just go away for the United States, but everybody else gets to keep it. I think some countries they don't have TikTok. I believe India does not have it. Do you have TikTok in your country? Yeah, I heard some countries don't have TikTok. It's a platform that is not available. I don't do Snapchat. Snapchat for me is annoying. It's like it disappeared. Well, then what's the point? A picture is for a keepsake, it's for a memory. And in fact, I take pictures because I'm like, oh, I want that mascara, but I'll forget. So I take a picture of it and I save it in an album. You're in Canada. TikTok is in Canada. I think when the Americans got banned for like what 12 hours from TikTok, all these Canadian TikTok influencers were like bashing on the Americans. I heard like the algorithm got really messed up when all the United Statesians like were booted off the system. It's definitely going to cause like a For You page change if none of us are on there. Not that I'm really on any kind of For You page, but it's gotta like create chaos for a little bit. Ah, Canada does have TikTok, yeah. Yes, I heard India does not have TikTok. I think I might have mentioned it in one of my live streams long time ago, and they're like, oh, we don't have TikTok. You guys aren't missing anything. It's like this doom scrolling. It's like you're scrolling, puppies show up, like some random person selling some kind of hair oil is showing up. TikTok's a mess. It's basically QVC on steroids. It's like everybody and their mom is selling something. I want to sell something. I just got the ability to sell items on TikTok and then it's going to disappear tomorrow. You like my fork? Thank you so much. It's my fork mic. I saw a man, he clipped his microphone to his beard. Okay, I thank God that I don't have a beard, but that was genius. That was next level, like have a conversation piece and also what a you can't like it was like just if I had a beard, just think if this was clipped onto my beard. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I would say like next level good thinking, good strategy work. I don't even know what he was selling. He was selling he was selling a battery light or something for the camera. I was like, you should sell that microphone. You got the perfect setup. That's like the best gig ever. Yeah. Thank you. Well, it's not like he had any food and stuff in his beard. It was just clipped to his beard. He looked like a very hygienic person. So it wasn't like he just ate like, an apple pie without like his hands and just like stick his face in it and then he clipped the beard on. He looks pretty clean, decent, clean, not disgusting. I mean, it didn't seem disgusting. It seemed pretty. I mean, and I get grossed out easily. I get grossed out easily. And I was like, what is? It's kind of like if I put this like olive looking thing and if I just clipped it to my skin. I'm not going to do it. It would hurt. And I also broke this a while back because I was like playing around with it. So it's broken. I might have to buy a new microphone when I get a new phone. A new microphone when I get a new phone. But the phone is going to have to wait until I come back from my vacation. Yes. 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 I also need to do a few things. We need to create an entity. We need to do research on my vacation stay because it was a hot mess the last time. I didn't know where I was going. I was just wandering around. I actually found a lot of really cute hiking areas. I should post. Actually, I should be a little bit more strategic. I have a whole bunch of photos. I don't even know where it is. I should label. I went to this cafe. I recommend this cafe. I should take pictures of the cafe. I recommend this hiking trail. That kind of stuff. What phone am I gonna get? I'm very much leaning towards the iPhone 16e. I think it's a E. It's either 16E or SE. It's like the most recent model with a really good battery, very good chip, and it's less expensive than all the other ones. It doesn't have as good of a camera, but everything else, the specs, the specifications are pretty good. And also, it's new that it has the right port. The connection port is what I want. I don't want this whatever port that the older iPhones have. And also, when I was talking to the Apple employee, they're like, yeah, this one is like one of the newer ones, and you're just going to get a lot more bang for the buck. So I appreciate when people are like helping me to decide like for certain things. I don't need to have, I do like, if it was more reasonable, I would certainly want the iPhone 16 Pro Max because it does seem like it would be a lot easier to do the edits and like to do uploads and different things. But what I'm thinking about is to get a, how do I say, a tablet, and I'm going to be doing more editing on the tablet. And then eventually I will be switching. I don't know. Now I just confused myself. Do I want the Pro Max? Do I want just one phone? Like, this is my work phone. All I need this phone to do is be a hotspot, get text messages, and to take incoming calls. I barely call out on this phone either. So this phone it's really mostly just taking calls. So, and I barely do anything with this phone. It's almost like I take it to the gym and I listen to podcasts and I listen to music on it. That's the one thing. Do I have any pets? I do not. But hold on. Let me show you. I'm going to show you a picture of the dog. Oh no. I just dropped stuff. Thank you. Oh, you like this drama? It is very good. So this is a picture of my favorite family member. You can't see him because I have here. Let me take off the screen. Look, it's Baxter. He's with he's looking at a sad Christmas tree. But I personally don't have pets. Hello, welcome. Oh, you're going to go see Blackpink and World Tour and Baby Monster? You're very lucky. I think it'll be a good show. I think he's cute. He was like my best friend for like a very I wanted to be his best friend, but I don't think he liked me. I think I was his least favorite human, but because I fed him the most, he would hang out with me. Because I accidentally fed him too much and he got fat. And the other family members, they were like, why is he so fat? And then I was like, oh, I guess I fed him too much. But he had an eating disorder. His parents had difficulties feeding him. So they did some kind of weird antagonizing, trying to say, oh, I'm going to eat your food, and growling behind him. So they're making him extremely anxious and then feeding him. I wouldn't want somebody to like do that to me and feed me that way. So what I would do is I would hand cut all his food, and then I would feed him piece by piece all of his food. And then like the dog's mom was like, I'm not hand feeding that dog. Well, I'm like, well, your dog is very happy when I feed him. I think he's cute. He's cute. It is a good drama. It's a very good drama. I want to watch it, but I don't want to. Can I put a Squid Game background? I will, yeah. I just don't have one with me right now. I don't even think I have that many. I always get rid of my. Oh, you know what photo I do have? Look. This is a photo that I have. I want to get this mascara. It's it's the Grande conditioning mascara. So I took a picture of it because I was like, I hope I remember to get this mascara rather than some random mascara. So I took a picture of it because I was running errands today, and I don't have many photos on my. I literally have no photos. You know what else I have? I've got this. How about this one? I don't. I actually. I literally. I have no photos on my phone. I always delete it. Um, Too many people have gotten into trouble like posting some. I don't even have anything that's like not cool, but I don't keep photos on my phone. That's why it doesn't matter if I have like a rinky dinky phone. I mean, I don't want the rinky dinky phone, but I have a rinky dinky phone. Look, I'm in the center of the donut. I also have this. Here we go. It's a heart. It's a heart. It's a pig nose. You're a boy. You're not into makeup. Yeah, but I was just saying that's the only photo else. Excuse me. That's the only photo that I have. Even when I do whatchamacallit, the photo edit, like the video editing to upload to YouTube, I keep it just for the edit and then I post it. So yeah, I don't keep anything on the phones. And also, what if somebody like steals your phone? I also don't have any financial apps on this phone because like if you get like a malware, something that like just goes into your phone. I don't keep my main email on this phone. It's an email address to just be able to have an Apple thing. I recommend that honestly. If you don't want to have like your stuff stolen and different things, I recommend to not have important information on your phone because there's like phone snatchers. Like if you're in Europe, they just snatch your phone off the street. Like some guy on a bike will just. I saw it in LA. I don't. I keep my purse in front of me. I don't have my purse on my shoulder because they'll grab it. I keep my purse in front of me, and I also have a crossbody, and I put my jacket on after I put on my purse. I know if you live in a place like LA, you just bye. Have a good one. Do weekends at an animal shelter? I'm super allergic to animals. I don't think I can. I think if I get a dog when they're a puppy, I'm surprised I'm not allergic to this dog. But he used to rub his snot and eye boogers all over my bed. He would literally like hop on my bed and just like rub his face all over everything. Um, that I think I just got used to his pet dander. Otherwise, I'm very allergic. I have very highly reactive skin sinus. Mostly it's my skin. I will have like a really bad rash. You like my streams? Thank you. Thank you and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I know people were saying that they don't like makeup or they don't use makeup because they're a boy, but I decided I'm going to stop trying to wear concealer or foundation. It doesn't work. I'm not getting the right color match. So I decided to try and get rid of the melasma. I've got a pretty bad melasma spot here, and just like it looks like somebody like splashed freckle paint on me, like splotchy freckle paint on me. I can't say anything. Hold on. I dropped something. Hold on. I'll be right back. And I do want to recognize that you are asking me a question, but I don't say anything in a different language because I don't know what it is that a person's saying. Even if you say it's the name, I've seen some pretty bad different spelling of extremely bad words in other people's live streams. And I'm like, don't say it. They'll say it. And it's like, oh, you just said like a really bad word in like English. But because they spelt it differently, it was disaster. So I generally don't ever say anything in a different language. I believe it might be your name, but there's just a lot of, I'm not saying you're a troll, but I've seen a lot of trolls do that to different people. So I don't want to be, I don't want to be part of the people that get trolled and deceived. Not to say that you are, but you never know. You just don't know what people are, you don't know what people are up to, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen it in other live streams where people are like asking people to say something and it's like not a nice word. So, anyways, yeah, but I do welcome you to my live stream. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're having a really good week. You're going to go to Washington, D.C. in May? Nice. I've been to Washington, D.C. a few times. No, many, many times. Back when I was flying, I would fly out of DC National. I think that one's Ronald Reagan now, but also Dulles, IAD. I think it's DCA and then also IAD. That one I can't remember. I didn't fly out of DC as much as the other airport cities. DCA, Washington National Airport, and then IAD, I think was Dulles. Not Dallas, but Dulles. Yes, I don't even know the difference. I don't know the difference. Chicago has two big airports. Chicago and O'Hare. I don't remember the difference between those airports either. Washington, D.C. has a really good, or back when I went there the last time for a work trip, they had a really good train subway system. Very safe, very clean, but that was like years ago. Hello, hello. Welcome to my live stream. I remember my boss at the time. She was actually a really nice lady. She was part of the Not Ahead of the Sexuals. She was part of the Rainbow Coalition. And she's like, go and get yourself a great meal. So I did. I met up with one of my friends, and he was a chief of staff for a senator. And he's like, meet me for a steak and lobster. And I was like, surf and turf, I'm down. So I met him, and I wish I would have taken more pictures back then, but back then there wasn't really digital cameras and stuff. Like it wasn't like it is today. And I didn't take a picture of my surf and turf. I did not take a picture. That guy's really fun though. He's a really fun guy. Fun guy. He's a fun guy. I remember partying with him and his roommates and a bunch of people in Los Angeles. When I first moved to LA, it was really fun because he had just graduated from law school, and he had just moved to LA as well. And I think, he worked for Latham and Watkins. I think that was like one of the very big. He did corporate law back then. And then now I think he's just in healthcare, and he went from being chief of staff for a senator to, I think he now does lobbying for big insurance groups, which I think is money. It's money. I haven't seen him in forever. He used to post like his jogging trail, like his picture of Nike, like his Nike, the app where it makes a map of where you ran. Some people would make cute pictures of their running. It was really cute, like bunnies, dogs, things. That's the last thing I remember. Oh, he was dating a lot of girls on the app. And then there were a few girls that he would post pretty consistently. Like, I think he's just an open guy. And then he just closed everything down. I think it was too much drama. It's too much drama. Too much drama for your mama. I think he got in trouble or something. I think, like, if you're not Instagram, like, if you're not ready to announce to the world that you, what is it? The announcement, when you make the announcement via, it's an official. You make it official by posting it to your social media, either to Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But if you're not ready to commit for a very long time, it's too much drama. Like, people don't need to know. People don't need to know. They don't need to know your business. I put my business on like a slam book online. It was like a blog, but there were never any names. And so I don't think anybody would be able to like figure anything out. So yeah, I say keep private stuff private. It's never really all that interesting anyways, unless it's just people wanting to gossip and talk smack. So that's the lesson for today. So yeah. I'm glad you get to go to Washington D.C. in May. It's fun. I hope you see the statue, well, the Lincoln Memorial, what is it? The Washington Monument. I think those are the two things. Nice. That'll be fun. I hope you have a good time. I hope it's safe for you. Did you ever watch the Forrest Gump movie when Jenny was like trying to do a hippie, like some movement with like some group of people, and some bad guy like smacked her around or whatever, and then he saved her, but he literally like walked into the middle of like the little water thing. Oh, it was the Martin Luther King speech, I think. And then he's like, Jenny, I know what love is. Forrest Gump knew what love is. Forrest Gump knew. We're not sure about Jenny. I think Jenny knew later on, but Jenny struggled because I think Jenny's dad was a bad man. So Jenny went through some difficult times. Jenny's your fave? Not like Jenny. Not Jenny Kim. It was Jenny from The Princess Bride. Princess Bride, I have to say, is one of my favorite movies for sure. I think I like a lot of movies. I like blockbuster movies. But then I did remember that I liked Before Sunset, one of my favorite movies ever. 100%. It's just a whole talking. All they do is walk through the city of Paris and talk the entire time. It's very cute. It's really cute. It's very nostalgic. It's like people who are reminiscing about, or not reminiscing, like they're not trying to relive the past, but they're just kind of like talking about their night that they had. I think it was in Prague. I don't know. I didn't really watch Before Sunrise that much, but Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke, they made a movie like very early 20s, I would say very college years. And then they met up 10 plus years later to do the film Before Sunset. Beautiful film. Beautiful. I really liked it. I liked the dialogue. I just liked the chemistry between the two of them. And I just liked how it was just like kind of ambiguous ending. But then Before Midnight rolled through, and that was actually kind of gave you a little bit of like a catch up of where they went with their life. Yeah. But any other questions? I've got to probably bounce. I think I've talked a lot on the live streams today. Anything K-pop. Oh, hello. Hello. Hello there, creepy photo. Hello, IU. Hello, Park Bogum. So anything else? Otherwise, I'm probably going to relax and watch a K-drama. I'm going to finish Love Potato. Not Love Potato. Potato Lab. I'm now just making up names. I'm going to watch Potato Lab. I'm going to relax. I'm going to chill out. Tomorrow's church. Going to go to church. It's going to be a good day, good weekend, good year, good life. Alrighty. Well, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your Saturday. I hope you have a blessed Easter. Yeah. And I hope you guys do well. I hope you join me on another live stream and we could chat more about Park Bogum and IU. Have a good night. Bye.